And hello, Shaker Heights varsity baseball fans, and welcome in here to the Mayfield High School campus, just on the corner of Lander Road. And Shaker Heights coming out of a big-time walk-off win, their second of back-to-back wins, sweeping Cleveland Heights, a greater Cleveland Conference rival, and that moved them to 3 wins in the conference. 3 other wins, though, make up their, or excuse me, 4 other wins make up their record. That is currently 7-16. The Mayfield Wildcats 6-16, so pretty comparable coming into this one. Just an extra game for Shaker Heights that ended up as a win. But yesterday, 6-5 or 6-5 was your final, where Shaker Heights was able to get the victory through with a game-winning RBI and a game-winning error, quite frankly, from Asher Wilson, who was playing over at shortstop. His throw to first was errant and allowed that run to come in from third, and Shaker Heights was able to take advantage with O'Shea Howard scoring run number 6, and it was a 3-run comeback there at the very end, and Shaker Heights really needed that win, especially on their senior day. So they sweep Cleveland Heights, beat them on their senior day, won their own senior day, and now they come into Mayfield's senior day. The Wildcats, with what I believe to be a full senior lineup out here today. And for Shaker Heights, leading off will not be a senior. It's going to be Leo Pevnik, so a little bit of a late thing going out here. A couple of guys off the lineup to begin things. Same kind of thing we saw in that Strongsville game. A lot of guys taking their AP tests. And so they're going to be late to this game, like Casey Robinson, supposed to start at the pitching standpoint. I don't think he's arrived just yet. Braden White just coming in, as you saw at the bottom of your screen just moments ago. So Leo Pevnik here in the leadoff spot for the Red Raiders. This first one down low taken by Pevnik. Kuva, your starting pitcher here today, working with a record of 0-1. He's appeared 3 times out here for the Wildcats. And the next offering here is sent just past the third baseman and through. Leo Pevnik going to be aboard with a 2-pitch single to start things off here for the Red Raiders. 5 o'clock, your first pitch time. That's exactly the time that we got. That is a rare happening. It's rare to see everything going on time. Here, Michael Coxon, of course, your second guy in the order, as always. Even without Casey Robinson in, we're seeing Michael Coxon to start things off. It'll be interesting to see who they throw out on the mound if Robinson doesn't get here on time. Here, this one sent over to the shortstop. The throw on to second is in time there for the force. Coxon beats it out over at first. It'll go as a fielder's choice there for out number 1. Michael Coxon, as always, putting the ball in play, sometimes just unable to find those gaps. He'll be able to reach safely with some good hustle down the first base line. And Aaron Neiman comes up here. So 3 straight sophomores to start things out here for the Red Raider order. Again, typically you're going to see Casey Robinson there at the very top, but we're yet to see a car pull up that has Casey Robinson exiting out of it. Aaron Neiman, number 21, worked his way into the 3 spot. Here in the order, that pitch outside taken. Now 2-0 goes your count. Scoreboard not working out there in left center field. Pretty high walls out there in right center and to the left and right of that. Right field and center field, very high walls, but out in left, for any right-handed hitter like a guy in the on-deck circle, Braden White, could be a lot easier to get one off the barrel and send one over. Here, Aaron Neiman blasts one up and over, foul off to the left side. Mayfield, as we said, for the current time being a 6-16. They'll take on Kenston tomorrow, in which I believe they were delayed. They actually have the lead, 3-0, when they pick that up. Here, Aaron Neiman fouls one right back into the caging behind home plate. We'll do it again. Right here to Aaron Neiman. Still 2 balls on him, but now it's 2 strikes. Evens up the count with only 1 away. Runner on first is Michael Coxon. The sophomore takes the lead off of first. And Aaron Neiman waits 5th pitch of the AB, and this one is low and outside. First countdown of our day. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Michael Coxon extending that lead a little bit further here on what will be the payoff. And Aaron Neiman skies this one up. Will that get out of play? No, it'll be in foul territory. The third baseman has it covered. He'll make the grab. Galatis there on the catch, and there is out number 2. So Braden White, again, as we said, a guy that can hopefully put one over today. It's not the longest field out here, considering, well, they have a parking lot out there just past left field and a parking lot out there past right field. And out past center field, I believe, is the Mayfield High School itself. On the other side of this press box where your camera lies, we're looking at a softball field in which Mayfield is taking on Willoughby North. That first one in there to Braden White on the in-tight corner. Again, it's John Kuva, your pitcher. Right now working with an ERA of 7.7. And this next one outside holding off. Oh! Infield umpire said he went. Tough call to Braden White already with 2 strikes to him. Now the scoreboard's working out there in left field. Kuva to 10 pitches to this point, his 11th to be delivered. Coxon once again with a lead off of first. This one outside, easy take out of Braden White. At least he made it look easy. He thought about it, but nothing doing. Isaac Lazar to be up next if he gets his chance. We will see. And here that one, oof, just outside again. 2-2 even count to Braden White. Number 12 on the black jersey, number 11 in the red. We saw that yesterday in the home uniform. But if we're speaking about uniforms again, same color versus same color. This one outside. Full count to Braden White. But my goodness, I mean, I don't know who's making these decisions. But it continues to be black jersey against black jersey and whatnot for Shaker Heights, whether it be baseball or softball. This one foul tipped off the tip of the bat. It'll go back into the caging behind home plate. But yeah, Kuva only appeared 3 times. He's not typically the guy to start, but on senior day, I believe it's a full senior lineup out there for the Wildcats here. This next one is going to be low and outside, so Michael Coxon was already booking it to second on the 2-strike pitch. And Braden White will be aboard at first. 2 down here in the top of the first. We're just getting things started. 0-0 the score. Up next is not Isaac Lazar, excuse me, it's Eli Stolfus. Behind him will be Jeremy Silver. Again, we'll see if he gets that chance. Eli Stolfus swings and misses as he takes a step forward into home plate. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And this next one outside to even it up. 1-1 the count. Kuva at first. We thought he could get out of this one with 10 pitches, but now it looks like he might double that up as it's up to 18 at this point. So Shaker Heights keeping him working early. This one foul tipped off the tip of the bat of Eli Stolfus into the back behind home plate once more. Decent crowd out here for the Mayfield game, not like what we saw out here calling the game sophomore year. Shaker Heights unfortunately lost that game. I believe Andrew Fogarty got the start there. And here this one's skied up. Out there in the shallow center. The center fielder ranges under it. He'll make the grab over the head. And there is out number 3. So Shaker Heights will leave 2 guys on and 1 guy in scoring position. That was Michael Coxon, but Shaker Heights unable to actually do any damage. And so we'll see what they do here from the pitching standpoint without some of their guys in from the AP exams. We'll see who they throw out there to pitch. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum is on the call. We'll be right back with you for the bottom of the first. Vaughn Ullum on the call. First pitch at the bottom of the first will go for strike one, taken in here by number 9, Patty. Here, Luke Patty. Another one of those seniors leading things off right here in an 0-2 spot already from Eli Stolfus. Eli Stolfus, the junior, starting things off. It was supposed to be Casey Robinson's start day, but with him still AP exam testing. Eli Stolfus comes in, strikes out Patty on 3 straight strikes. So a beautiful start out there for Stolfus. Also, might honestly be helpful to not have Casey Robinson start. Mind you, he came in relief just yesterday. So even if he maybe even splits the game with Eli Stolfus, maybe that isn't too bad of a thing. It'll be interesting to see who pitches tomorrow. That had a beautiful movement on it. Beautiful curve off to it. Started in tight, worked its way out. Eli Stolfus, 4 straight strikes to start things out. And here's that 0-1. And this one going to skip away. Well, there goes the immaculate inning. But what can you do? Softball out today in Brunswick. Right now through 1, it's still scoreless at 0-0. Could be the same story here. That's what Eli Stolfus is hoping for. After the Red Raiders left 2 on, couldn't do any damage. This next one outside as well. Stolfus, a guy that struggles with his slider a decent amount, but other than that, I mean, you saw it. He has good movement to his stuff, and he tends to have decent control over it. But here, again, an unexpected start. He was supposed to be out in right field today, but not the case. This one fouled over to the right side, excuse me. Entering into today, we're looking at 29 2/3 innings pitched here. A swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Eli Stolfus to start things out. And that'll be strikeout number 28 and 29 on the year. Eli Stolfus enters in with an ERA of 3.54, which is just great at the high school level, especially with the teams that he has pitched against, some of them being really, really tough teams. Next pitch on the new batter. Oh, that one's blasted out there in the left. That one is long gone out into the trees. Beautiful contact off the bat of number 14, Alexander, with a huge blast. The senior, Christoph Alexander, with a senior day home run to get scoring started. And the Mayfield Wildcats lead it here. It's 1-0. Back-to-back Ks for Eli Stolfus. But first pitch hammered by Alexander. There was no doubt about that one, as it is lost to the trees out there in left field. My goodness. That won't help your confidence if you're Eli Stolfus. Of course, the back-to-back Ks was great, but Alexander did not care. Hacked at the first thing, and suddenly Shaker Heights is in a losing game. This one in there for strike number 1 of the new batter. New batter being DiPietro. Number 24, Carmen DiPietro, another one of those seniors. And this next one will get a swing and a miss out of Pietro. We're looking at about 330 being the difference out there down the line to the home run pull and left. So not the longest we've seen. That one, ooh, just not catching on the outside half. He's liking the inside strike, not liking the outside strike early, this home plate umpire. So DiPietro on a 1-2. This one outside and a little bit in the dirt once again. DiPietro, including the scrimmages, he's got an average of 348. As a whole, Shaker Heights is, Mayfield's batting average. Ooh, here, dropping to one knee. Isaac Lazar with a throw across the diamond. Does he have him? Yes, just barely. That's a tough call. I thought he was honestly safe, but Isaac Lazar with a powerful throw. The freshman getting him across the diamond, and the Red Raiders already down 1. We'll see what their offense can do when we come back. A home run from Christoph Alexander to get things going on the scorecard. but we'll see how the Red Raiders can respond. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We're through 1-0 your score. Mayfield leads. Starting things off here in the top of the second is Jeremy Silver, another sophomore walking along the side. He gets a chance to play, though I can't imagine he would. He did yesterday. Started over at third. This one, fouled off from the softball field. A shocking jump scare as it fouled on to the bleachers in front of us. Sam Luther, as you can see walking across your screen, he's going to join the team in just a moment here. Still yet to get any of those guys from out there in the AP test here. Swing and a miss out of Jeremy Silver. That works it to 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jeremy Silver. Silver with a phenomenal AB there in the final inning of yesterday's walk-off 7th inning. Here, a swing and a miss out of Silver. Won't exactly replicate it as he'll take the swing and a miss for strike 3. 4-pitch strikeout to Silver. He'll say something over to Isaac Lazar, and Lazar, the freshman, coming in here. He made a great throw across the diamond to end things there in the bottom of the first. Might have been a little bit of a controversial call over at first, but still he'll get that good fielding play for the out. And here he'll take this first one for strike 1. So while Shaker Heights baseball won their game through a walk-off, Shaker softball actually lost theirs through a walk-off as well, losing to Medina 5-4 off of I'm told, a throwing error, and there were 11 defensive errors in the game total. Not for Shaker. Split. 6 actually for Medina, 5 only for Shaker. This next one taken for strike 2 from Isaac Lazar. 1-2 the count, 1 away. Andy Berglund in the on-deck spot. Getting a lot of changes to the order. We received an order before this game, but a lot of changes to it after still no appearance early on from the AP testers. The game changer isn't even going. I told Tyler Zach to get on that, and he hasn't even done a thing. No game changer is running at all for Shaker Heights. We got to use Mayfield. Hopefully they're accurate. This next one fouled over to the right side. That one just missing the softball field over to our right. 1 hit per side to this point. Shaker Heights' hit comes off the bat of Leo Pevnik. He started things off, but he later got out by a fielder's choice. And here the pitch to Isaac Lazar is fouled once again. A couple of people ducking out of the way of that one. One nothing. Mayfield leads it here. Shaker Heights already down by 1 off of a blast off the bat of Christoph Alexander. This next one down low, held off by Isaac Lazar. Even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the top of the second inning. Kuva already up to 31 pitches, 32 to be on its way. And that one 2 inside. Count down with me here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to Isaac Lazar, number 8, which is kind of far out from those last 3 numbers, but what can you do? Be ideal if it was Michael Coxon. Here, this next one, Isaac Lazar blasts this one up. Too much height on it, though, and the right fielder will get to it. Right now, out there for Mayfield in the infield, DiPietro is over at first. Jurasek, the Jurasek, apparently. So that C is silent, I suppose. Looking at the order right now. And here, a swing and a miss out of Andy Berglund. Berglund, one of the last couple of guys. Oh, Casey Robinson snuck into the order. He's in the on-deck spot. Casey Robinson's here, ladies and gentlemen, so how about that? I'm not sure where that exactly falls in the order. It'll be right behind Andy Berglund, whether that's at the top or the bottom, I'm not sure. It's got to be right at the bottom, considering Leo Pevnik is also in what I assume is the third up spot in the hole, as it's called. 2-2 down here to Andy Berglund. And here he'll pop this one up. It'll reach out in the shallow center. The center fielder, Brunello, will get to it. And Shaker Heights goes down 1-2-3. Good ABs out of him. Didn't go down exactly too quickly, but the Red Raiders still unable to tie this thing up. Mayfield leads it here with a solo shot in that first inning. 1-0 is your score. And we're back with you here. Here in the bottom of the second, Mayfield leads it 1-0. Your score over there at the softball field. A much different story, 6-2. The away team is leading. That's the North Rangers taking on the Wildcats softball squad. This one sent over to the right side, and we'll see if Malone can get over to it. Each dive trying to make the grab, but it'll drop foul. Brown, the batter here. Stolfus still out on the mound. Didn't decide to put Casey Robinson in yet. Already one home run blast off of Eli Stolfus coming from Christoph Alexander, one of the seniors here on senior day. Here's that pitch. It's 0-1. Ooh, he hasn't called that too much, but all this time, 0-2 goes the count. Brown, the middle in the 9-man batting order. That's number 5. This one down low. Good block at first for Michael Coxon, but it just snuck through the 5-hole. So we'll still do it with 2 strikes, but now a ball to the count. 1 hit per side, of course, 1 for Alexander from the Mayfield side, and 1 for Leo Pevnik for the Shaker Heights side. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him going. And Eli Stolfus back to some good strikeout moves out there on the mound. Started things off there in the bottom of the first with back-to-back strikeouts, but then we saw the home run, so we'll see how he's able to settle things down for 3 straight batters this time around. This time we're going to get the batter as number 11, Rogers. Number 1 on the back of the jersey. This one sent up, too much height on it once again. Quinn Malone, did he make the catch? Oh, geez, yes he did. But man, that was a little too dramatic. He'll make the catch falling forward to do so. And there you go. Yikes. I believe that is Quinn Malone out there in right field. And the runner left first, so there's no challenge, and we continue things. Eli Stolfus, 19 pitches deep. Here's number 20. And he'll get another swing and a miss. Eli Stolfus was a good start, just a home run blast that Alexander got all of. And now this next one rolled strike 2. So Rogers Jr., another senior, he popped out, or I suppose flew out to right. And this next one, ooh, trying to hold back. Probably would have been called a strike either way, but hit the inside of the bat. Jurasek, once again, we saw him out in right field making that grab at the top of the second inning, but now we're here calling him up at the plate. He's in an 0-2 spot. We'll do it again, as that's going to be a called strike 3. Jurasek knew it too. And so the Red Raiders with a 1-2-3 inning on defense, just what they needed to try and get momentum into their order and do up for the Red Raiders. I can imagine starting things off will be Casey Robinson. And back to the top of the order we go. I'm not exactly sure. We'll fill you in when we come back there for the top of the third. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum is on the call. 1-0 is your score. Mayfield leading here at their home base. One nothing your score as we go into the third inning. Casey Robinson due up here as he fouls one back into the netting. The Red Raiders walked it off yesterday, but right now finding themselves in a losing spot. Kuva to 39 pitches, 40 to be on its way in just a moment here on the 0-1 to Robinson. Here it comes. And he'll take this one down low. Robinson coming in late after the AP exam. I don't know what APs he is taking, but it is tough to have that crucial player taking all these APs. This one outside, 2-1. But yeah, it's crucial to be, of course, a student athlete. This one fouled over to the left side. But yeah, I mean, Casey Robinson takes all these APs. It's not at all helpful to scheduling purposes. Originally, this game was set to go at 4:30, but due to the AP exams, they pushed it back a little bit. This one just over the glove of the first baseman, DiPietro, and Casey Robinson going around first, but he'll stay content with the leadoff single as the Red Raiders are trying to strike back and respond as they are down 1-0 here in the top of the third. 2-2 pitch, cut on and lined just over the glove of DiPietro, your first baseman. That one just barely ended up fair as well. That was close. Right down the line it went. Just didn't curl enough. And now back to the top of the order we go in the form of Leo Pevnik. Leo, your center fielder in today's game, he bunts this one over to the right. First is in time. So Shaker, with out to their offense, now has a runner in scoring position. And we'll see what they can do about it. Michael Coxon, one of those guys to get some clutch hits when need be. Be helpful to get one right here. Michael Coxon needs to await a pitch that he wants, and this first one is not one that he wants, but it'll go for strike one. Can't hold off of these kinds of pitches. Behind him will be Aaron Neiman, but hopefully it won't be a two-out RBI situation. Here's that pitch to Michael Coxon. This one's sent over to the third base side, handled, and the throw across the diamond is right there. Casey Robinson stays put out at second, and indeed it will be a two-out RBI situation here to Neiman. We'll see what the sophomore can do. Again, nothing but sophomores there at the top of the order, trying to bring home the junior in Casey Robinson, who, unlike usual, is there at the bottom of the order here today. But again, testing. And we'll see what Neiman can do. Try to tie this thing up. Here's the first pitch. He'll swing and miss at it. Very long swing that time. Maybe he just needs to push up into the box a little bit further and make some sort of adjustment out of that swing. The next one, outside, easy take for him. 1-0, Mayfield in the lead, but Shaker Heights threatening with a guy in scoring position. There's 2 down, a 1-1 count here to Aaron Neiman. Turns to 2-1 as that one misses outside and low. Awaiting here, Aaron Neiman blasts one out there in the left, but it's really right at the left fielder. And on a line, Luke Patty, another one of those seniors out here for the Wildcats, makes the grab for out number 3. So the Red Raiders now have left 2 guys in scoring position in the early stages, just unable to push a run across, and right now they are down 1-0 to the Wildcats, who will come up to bat here in the bottom of the third. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We'll be right back with you. First pitch from Casey Robinson, line down the first base line, it'll go foul. Casey Robinson here, I mean, technically in relief, but really meant to be your starter out here for Shaker. Again, black v black, the Red Raiders out in the field for the time being. Red accents, red numerals out here for Mayfield. We're looking at actually black numerals, just a white outline of the numbers behind them. A little bit of gray, green accents. And right now, the Red Raiders find themselves down 1-0 to the Wildcats. Shaker losing that game last time they were here. It was a good game. Shaker was in it the entirety of the time. Last year, Shaker Heights was able to get the victory back home, but now that they're back in away space, they want to finally get that win, a big win. Not against a GCC team. Here's called strike three, a 3-pitch K out there to number 25. Number 25 being Kuva, your pitcher for the Wildcats. He'll go down with a backwards K. So we go to the very bottom of the order in Gladys. And here the pitch is blasted out there into center. Leo Pevnik gets under it, and into the sun he looks up, but he's able to track down that baseball, make the grab for the 1-pitch, 1-out situation. And now back to the top of the order we go. Luke Patty. Or excuse me, maybe I have this wrong. Maybe I do have this wrong. Who is this? No, this is Luke Patty. Indeed, that's correct. I had the batting order correct, yes. Luke Patty back to the top. Shaker Heights softball finds themselves down by 5. Menor ended up winning the GCC out there in softball. Not sure who got it in baseball, if it's even decided at this point. The pitch from Robinson gets another swing and a miss. And right now he is back as if he started the game. He's just dominating out there as if he had time already. Here's that next pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside half. Tough call, but ruled by the home plate umpire, and the Red Raiders will get back-to-back strikeouts out of Casey Robinson. And they are defending on a 1-0 deficit. Mayfield leading after 3. We go to the middle inning. Inning number 4. Vaughn Ullum on the call with you. Shaker back up to bat. Shaker Heights back up to bat, and here's your power hitter in Braden White. Braden White with now, as Stephen English said it yesterday, he's the one player that we have seen with multiple home run games. This one, weak contact. Kuva gets over to it, and the lefty throws on the first, and Braden White on a 1-pitch, 1-out situation. For some reason at first, Mayfield had it on the game changer that it was Wesley Holmes. Wesley Holmes still not going on the away game trips due to the fact that he's typically in physical therapy due to the injury I believe he sustained. Braden White is out number 1. Eli Stolfus is the batter we go to. Right now it says he's 0 for 2. I don't know why that is. This one's sent hot shot over to the third baseman. The throw, however, is there for out number 2. And then Jeremy Silver. We go. Easy outs to start things out here on the top of the fourth. And Shaker Heights putting the balls in play like they need to, but just can't figure out where to hit them for gap hits. Not even bloops right now, as the Red Raiders only have, well, they have 2 hits to this point. One from Pevnick and one from Robinson just at the bottom of the third. And we'll see how Silver plays this one out. This next one catching on the outside half. That was a good hittable ball. Didn't pull the trigger, however. Silver 0 for 1 to start things out. I do not know why. This game changer is telling me he's 0 for 2. Here, a big swing and a miss. Kuva threw 51 pitches now, 33 strikes. Means 18 balls we're looking at. Pretty solid ratio. And the next pitch from Jeremy Silver is blasted out into right field. Too much under it, and the right fielder going to range over to his right and make that catch in right center. So the Red Raiders once again going down 1-2-3, just cannot get the bats going. And so Casey Robinson with barely any rest, he's coming back out to the field to continue hopefully pitching a gem for the Red Raiders. We'll be back with you for the bottom of the 4th inning. We're halfway through this one. Casey Robinson, we need out of him a shutdown inning out there on the mound, and the first pitch coming here in the bottom of the 4th is way in tight, taken for ball 1. The new batter out here, we'll get his name in a minute. It's Brunello, 0 for 1 to start things off. This one's sent down the first base line. It'll roll on foul over to the Wildcat dugout side. Over there to the right of that first baseline, the softball game moves to still a 4-run deficit at 7-3. The North Rangers still leading it. Right now, the Mayfield Wildcats coming off of back-to-back losses to tough schools, University School and St. Ignatius. And this one lined right to the glove of Isaac Lazar. That'll be out number 1. But yeah, the big thing to note is that they only lost to Ignatius by 1 run, and they only lost to US by 2. That is tough to make it a competitive game through all 7 innings. Shaker struggled specifically against US. Wesley Lewis had, I believe, his first varsity outing of the season. Here, first pitch from Casey Robinson is 2 in tight. Ruled ball 1. Softball still in a 5-0 affair. Brunswick in the lead. Scout Harvey, of course, pitching once again for Shaker. This next one up and away. Not a whole lot of runs scored, but granted, we didn't have a whole lot of runs scored in the first innings of both Heights games. That next one ruled strike number 1. 2-1 goes the count here to Brunello. Brunello, the second man in the order. Here, this one blasted right over the head of Isaac Lazar. That'll roll all the way to the left field. Left fielder Jeremy Silver, and he'll slide this one back into the field. It'll be kept to a single. We go to number 24, DiPietro, apparently. So maybe I had that incorrect. Oh, I did have that incorrect. Brunello started things out. And that right there was Alexander. And now we go to DiPietro. Again, maybe you can blame the game changer, considering there isn't one for Shaker Heights right now. Right now, DiPietro 0 for 1 to this point. Stolfus was relieved of his duties. This one lined, and Andy Berglund makes the grab over there at short there for out number 2. Good to see Andy Berglund back over at short. That's his preferred position. Sometimes you see him over at second. Aaron Neiman, however, is your second baseman today. O'Shea Howard out of the lineup today. And so DiPietro is out number 2. Menta comes in. Menta number 22, a pinch hitter here. And here's big swing and a miss out of him. Got him chasing on something outside. Might have been ruled a strike either way with the way the home plate umpire has been calling it a little more wide. But regardless, he won't make the contact. So here, Christoph Alexander aboard over at first. He's actually halfway to the cycle. Single and a home run, just needs a double and triple, but those are typically the harder ones to get, especially the triple. Next offering from Casey Robinson. Great movement there. You saw it going outside, but it swerved in. And we get strike number 2. 1 and 2 with a man on first here for the Wildcats. We're about to be through 4 if he can rack up another K. And here we're going to get the movement from Alexander. He'll be standing at second as Michael Coxon struggled on that transfer. Tried to pop it right into the right hand to make the throw, but it flung into the dirt beside him. And here, this next one from Robinson is popped up. Looks like it's going to go bang off of the top of the press box. We were waiting for that one, and it'll bounce off the bleachers as well. A couple of thuds, but regardless, it'll still be a 2-2 count. 2 down, runner on second. A lot of 2s up on the scoreboard. However, it's a 1-0 game. Here's the pitch, swing, and a miss out of Menta from actually number 2-2. And Menta goes down as out number 3. So here, we're through 4. The Red Raiders leading things 1-0, and we're not going to send you on camera, but we're going to tell you the game or the name of the story here through the first 4. Right now, not a whole lot of hits. 2 per side. 2 for Shaker, 2 for Mayfield. For Shaker Heights, those hits coming from Leo Pevnik in the very, very first at-bat of the ball game, and then from Casey Robinson when he made his way in later after his AP exams. But the unfortunate thing, only 2 hits per side, so you could imagine why it'd be a low-scoring game. Unfortunately, however, for Mayfield, one of those hits, actually both of those hits, came from Christoph Alexander. One of them was just a deep home run out in the left field, and right now he is the guy that Shaker Heights needs to silence out on the mound, but really they've got to get something going on their offense. To lead things off here, it's going to be Isaac Lazar. We'll tell you more when we come back. 1-0, Mayfield leads it here in Mayfield, Ohio. Here's a swing and a miss out of Isaac Lazar to start things off here. We're through 4, 3 more to come here at the Mayfield High School campus baseball field. The Red Raiders right now struggling to put bat to ball, and right now Isaac Lazar won't do it here as this one goes way outside. Mayfield and Shaker Heights even with 2 hits per side, though one of those hits from Christoph Alexander, who actually had both hits, ended up over the wall and left. This one foul tipped off the inside of the bat, went behind into the backstop. Home plate umpire going to go ahead and grab it from the grass. 1-2 goes your count here to Isaac Lazar, for some reason listed on the game changer as Wesley Holmes. Man, we cannot pay attention to this game changer. It has been a mess. Here's the pitch to Isaac Lazar. This one down low, taken 2-2. Nobody out just yet here in the top of the 5th. We're just getting started here in the 3rd to last inning. The Red Raiders would love another comeback victory to just give them some energy before they go to the OHSAA postseason. Here's the next 2-2, and Isaac Lazar swings and misses for strike number 3. Lazar continues to be a strikeout batter. Just quite unfortunate considering we know what he can do. We see him in batting practice. We see him in practices just in general, and that guy can hit when he puts bat to ball. And he can launch him if he wants to, but just unable to do it right now. And here Andy Berglund comes in here, swings and misses for strike 1. Kuva still out on the mound here. The lefty deals, and he'll get another swing and a miss. As head coach Stephen English said, it's an unorthodox pitching style out of Kuva. But John Kuva continues to get a lot of swing and misses. And right now he's only up to 57 pitches with that last one, 58 to be on its way in just a moment here. Andy Berglund with 1 out and a 1-2 count. This next one will get another swing and a miss. Yikes. Casey Robinson going to be digging in here, a left-handed batter up against the lefty pitcher to the advantage of the pitcher, but Robinson, a guy that's already had 1 hit. He's 1 for 1 to this point. We'll see what he can do here. Will he keep the inning alive? Here's the first pitch of the AB. This one low and outside for ball 1. Kuva, 62 pitches deep now of his first 62. We're looking at 40 strikes. 3 strikeouts now for him. Only 1 walk issued and 2 hits. Oof, that is a rough call. I understand there was movement late that worked it outside, but that road strike 1 does not look correct. 1-1 even, count 2 down. This next pitch, cut on, blasted hot shot. Goes to the left side off the netting. Shaker would love a run here. They don't want to save their last runs there into the final innings, but it looks like if they want to, they might have to. Again, with good pitching out of Stolfus and Robinson, it should be okay, but yikes, this one outside. He called that a strike before. 2-2. Here to the junior, Robinson. Right in the middle of that in the on-deck circle, the batter's box, and here he'll take a swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Kuva. 66 pitches deep, and now 4 strikeouts. He'll rack back-to-back Ks. Actually, back-to-back-to-back Ks. Struck out the side, did Kuva, and now we're through 4.5, and the Red Raiders still down 1-0 after 1 solo shot out of the Wildcats, but they're coming up to bat. We'll see if they will extend that lead here in the bottom of the inning. First pitch of the new inning goes here to number 11, a new batter out there for the Wildcats. A lot of seniors on the squad. You got to substitute him in at some point if you want them all to go on senior day. And right now he finds himself, I believe, in a 1-1 count, or is it 0-2? I don't know. The scoreboard isn't working. Here's the pitch. And this one foul tip. So regardless, it's going to be 2 strikes to him. Right here. And eventually the game changer will go back up here for the Wildcats. Man, no one's helping me out. No one's making this job any easier. And here, a swing and a miss. So whether or not he had a ball or he didn't, he'll get the strikeout. And the Red Raiders start things off right on defense. Right, again, their offense have left 2 guys in scoring position, but they haven't been able to push anything across. That's why they're losing this one 1-0. Again, it's a matter of their offense. This one catches down low. Three straight senior day games for Shaker Heights. 1 on the road, 1 at home, and then 1 on the road again. Man, a half-hearted swing. That time out of number 33. And here's that 2-strike. Ooh, outside. Red Raiders tomorrow will be taking on Euclid. May have a broadcast going. If so, I believe it'll be some of the players exchanging maybe innings on the commentary. If not, maybe it's just Wesley Holmes. I'm not exactly sure. But regardless, I'll be in right field, which may not be going too well for me. This one fouled over to the right side. I was honestly hoping that there wouldn't be a broadcast. I didn't want record of my terrible ABs. But nothing to lose. We're going to have fun for the last home game I'm going to have there at the Shaker Heights High School baseball field. Here, a swing and a miss. Casey Robinson strikes out another. That time it's the right fielder for Mayfield, and Shaker Heights back out to a good start on defense. Again, what is that, 5 straight strikeouts now from both sides. Shaker Heights were struck out by the side, or through the side, I guess I should say, and Mayfield could have the same thing happen. No, this one grounded over the left side. Isaac Lazar, the freshman, handles, and the throw across the diamond is there. And once again, 1, 2, 3, down go the Wildcats, and the Red Raiders have 6 outs to work with. 1 run to make up, but keep in mind it's 1-0. Only 2 hits for them. We'll see what they can finally try to cook up in the second to last inning of offense. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum is on the call here in Mayfield, Ohio. And we are back with you here, Leo Pevnik, to start things off. He led off the batting order after the late intro to Casey Robinson's game here today. He's back in the order, but he's very, very late in said order. But Leo Pevnik back out here. We'll see what he can do. Behind him, also due up a couple of sophomores in Michael Coxon and Aaron Neiman. A couple guys to try and get this lineup started, especially with the guy behind Aaron Neiman being Braden White. If these guys can get on and start to get deeper into the lineup, that would be big here in the top of the sixth. 1-0 to start things off here to Pevnik. Pevnik blasts one out there into center, but the center fielder, Brunello, gets to it. Again, Shaker just cannot seem to find these gaps. Too much under it when they send it out into the outfield, and right now it's up to Michael Coxon and Aaron Neiman to try to get something going before the final inning, if they can. We'll see. It'd be great to see Casey Robinson pick up a win. It's almost kind of rare for Casey Robinson to come out and get a win because he's always facing the aces of the other team. But here, a midweek start after he was saved for the Cleveland Heights games. We saw Jeremy Silver start in Cleveland Heights, and then yesterday we saw Wesley Lewis get the start, with Casey Robinson actually coming in relief. Next pitch to Michael Coxon, ruled strike number one. Again, that home plate umpires like that outside strike. That evens it up. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here in a 1-0 ball game. Again, a lot of ones up there on the scoreboard, even with one stat that we don't know what it is. This one fouled over to the right side. Looks like that will be kept in play. Will it bloop down? I believe it will fall. Yeah, looks like it will. We didn't get a fist motion from any of the umpires, either the infield nor the home plate umpire. So we'll do it now at a 1-2 count. Michael Coxon back in to the right-handed batter's box here in a 2-strike spot. We'll see what this calls for. Here it is. And that's way outside into the left-handed batter's box. 2-2, evened up. Here to number 4. This next one called strike 3 outside. Now Aaron Neiman to try and keep this alive. 4 outs remaining for the Red Raider offense. We'll see what Neiman can do. Again, if Neiman even can't get on, it'd be decent to have Braden White come out to start things in the final inning. Here's the first pitch to Neiman. This one blasted out there into center, and once again right to the center fielder, and Brunello makes that catch. Shaker Heights still with only 2 hits for Mayfield as well, and right now they are down 1-0 is your score between the Mayfield Wildcats and the Shaker Heights Red Raiders. To the bottom of the 6th we go with that 1-run deficit. Here, the Red Raiders, Casey Robinson still out on the mound. First pitch showing bunt there is number 2. Gladys. But here he bunted through it, so it'll go for strike number 1. 1-0. Mayfield leads it here at their home base in the bottom of the 6th. Shaker Heights' offense with 2 hits, but Mayfield all the same. The thing is, however, Alexander, one guy with those 2 hits for Mayfield. This one lined right back up to Casey Robinson, and that'll change. Mayfield will take the lead now in hits. 3-2, that goes. And a leadoff hit for the Wildcats. We need a shutdown inning out of Casey Robinson. Can't let any more runs come across. A 1-run deficit would be easily manageable to work back from in the final inning. I don't know why number 9 backed out of that one. Luke Patty back up here. Your left fielder for the Wildcats today. Leadoff man has gone 0 for 2 to this point. Right here, Gladys taking his lead off of first, and now they're going to say that was a balk. Casey Robinson can't believe it. Now there's going to be nobody out with a runner in scoring position. I don't know how he balked. That's tough stuff. Runner on second, nobody out here for the Wildcats. Robinson checks the runner at second, and here he'll deliver a pitch on the outside half. Somehow ruled strike 2. Well, at least the umpire has been consistent today. Yesterday, I don't know what we were looking at. It was a wild card at every single pitch. This one's sent over to center fielder Leo Pevnik, and the runner will not be tagging up from second. Gladys stays put off of the out. Luke Patty is out number 1 here for Mayfield. And hopefully Casey Robinson can settle things down. We've seen him in James before. We saw him actually last year against Medina. Shaker did lose the game, but we saw him in an inning have bases loaded, nobody out, and he got out of it, I think, with 3 straight strikeouts, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed, that was the case. That was only his sophomore year, too, and now here he is, his junior year, doing well once again. And here, a fake pump off to second. Gladys is back safely standing. And here's that pitch called. Strike 1. 1-1 count here to Brunello. Brunello 0 for 2 to this point. Your second guy in the order. Struggled to really get much going. This next one outside. He's your center fielder today, so he has had plenty of action out there on the defensive side. Because Shaker Heights just continued to send him out there into the middle of the outfield. They just have not been able to put any in gaps. And here, swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2 it goes. 1 out. Here, the runner on second being Gladys. Aiden Gladys, one of the many seniors here in the order. And here we'll see how Brunello will face the 2-2. Here's the pitch from Robinson. Ball 3. Outside it goes. 3-2. We have a countdown. Count it with me here. 3 balls with 2 strikes and 1 out. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Shaker needs to throw up a 0 on the inning. This one sent through the right side. Taking off there was Gladys, so he's going to go home. And here the throw is way off the mark. And run number 2 will come across there for Mayfield. If only it wasn't for that balk. He probably would have been from corner to corner, probably would have gone to third. And now just like that, the lead is doubled for the Wildcats. 2-0 goes your score in the bottom of the 6th. With Brunello getting that RBI single between first and second. This one skied up. Unbelievable if that gets there. But up against the warning track, it'll bounce over. Jeremy Silver with a poor read. It'll bounce off the warning track dirt and up over. So he's only a triple away from the cycle, but he's only had 3 at-bats. And so Alexander with 3 of Mayfield's 4 hits. And oh my goodness gracious. That guy he just has power. I mean, there's no other way of saying it. That guy has incredible power behind that bat. This year, we're looking at only 2 home runs to this point for Christoph Alexander. He almost doubled that up here with a second. in the game, but luckily not the case there. And one out with runners on second and third for the Wildcats. Casey Robinson with his first pitch up high. I don't see why you'd pitch to DiPietro, quite frankly. It'd be easier to have the force at any base in a double play in order, but this one also goes outside. Maybe he's not giving him anything to pitch. It's now 2-0. DiPietro, the first baseman today for the Wildcats. Bigger build. He'll step out as time is called by head coach Stephen English. DiPietro not happy about that time call, but he's going to have to suck it up as we'll step aside for just a second. 2-0 your score. Mayfield leads, but they're threatening with runners in scoring position. Two oh the count here to DiPietro with runners in scoring position and only one out. This next pitch is in tight. I don't see why you don't just walk him on 4 here. It makes sense. Runner at second and third, but not over at first. You have the base open to try and make a force happen here, showing bunt. He'll hold back for what is ball 4. DiPietro asked specifically because he was wondering, are you sure that one is a? You sure that one's a ball? But he'll take it as he jogs on to first, and so now double play is in order. Force at any base. Everyone taking their lead. Here, Casey Robinson on the pitch. It's in tight, but ruled strike 1. This is where a strikeout would be pretty handy as well, or just a pop up on the infield, something of the sort. But this pitch is smashed, but too much height on it. That can bloop, and indeed it will. Into the left field grass it goes, and Isaac Lazar just going to run this one in as run number 3 comes across here for Mayfield. If only Shaker could just find bloops like that, and this game would be a very different story, but they just continue to either send flyouts or strikeout, it seems, quite frankly. And I mean, Robinson and Leo Pevnik, the only 2 hits to this point. And it looks like the Red Raiders could drop another. Granted, they came back from 3 in the final inning yesterday. And now bases loaded once again with 1 down here, handled by Lewis. The throw home, and the throw on the first for the double play. It's there. And so back-to-back outs on the double play here in the bottom of the 6th. And the Red Raiders, I don't know why. Mayfield bunted there with bases loaded and only 1 out, but they went with it. And so now it's a 3-run deficit with the Red Raiders down by 3. Haven't scored a single run to this point. 3-0 your score. But we'll see. As we said, they came back from a 3-run deficit yesterday to walk it off against Cleveland Heights. Of course, you can't walk it off here, but you can try to do something different here in the top of the 7th. They're down 3. We'll see what they can do with the final 3 outs to their name. So, Shaker Heights once again, back-to-back games, they find themselves down by 3 in the final inning. Shaker Heights was able to get it done yesterday. Here, Braden White takes strike 1 on the outside lower corner. Shaker Heights able to walk it off on their senior day, but it looks like here Mayfield might get their victory on their own senior day here at their home field. This next pitch from Kuva is outside and low, just a bit too much that time. And it's taken for ball 1. 1-1 goes the count. Braden White, just the guy we want to see get things started on the offensive side. It looks like behind him, Eli Stolfus and Casey Robinson here. Braden White sends this one over to the second baseman, short hop, handled the throw on to first. Can't pick it out. Braden White will be aboard as the leadoff runner. And, well, you never know. And now here, it's Eli Stolfus to try and keep things alive. In the name of momentum, a double play here would kill you. Here, Eli Stolfus, however, going to blast one high up out in the left field. Too much under it, though, and that's out number 1. 2 outs to work with now for the Shaker offense. Jeremy Silver with a great at-bat in a clutch situation yesterday. I think was able to draw the walk, but it was a tough walk. Watched a couple good pitches come by. I think he fouled off a couple here. Jeremy Silver, however, will not watch a good one go as this one's up high. Behind him will be Isaac Lazar. Braden White taking his lead off of first, not a big lead. And here Jeremy Silver swings and misses through strike 1. However, Shaker just needs a hit here. You can't walk your way in with the way Kuva's been pitching. Only 80 pitches to this point. 81 to be on its way. Through the first 80 pitches, 52 strikes. So not a perfect ratio, but not too awful. And here's the next pitch to Silver. Swing and a miss. Another long swing, kind of the thing we saw at Neiman earlier. Both of these lefty hitters struggling to get anything going against Kuva, lefty dealer. And here a pickoff throw on the first brings White back in safely head first. Silver, it feels like he almost needs to get on, but we'll see. Here's that kick in the pitch from Kuva. That's in tight. Ooh, he's called that before, though. Braden White. Lead once more. Here's that 2-2. Silver swings and misses. And the Red Raiders are down to their final out in the form of the freshman. Isaac Lazar struck out once already. 0 for 2. You can't get it all back in one swing. Behind him will be Andy Berglund if he gets his chance. Braden White over at first. Here's the pitch. And Isaac Lazar fouls this one into the netting to the right of the first base line. And right now, Isaac Lazar in a 2-strike spot. 0-1 the count. This next one outside, easy take. For some reason, the scoreboard reads 2-0. That's not the case. It's 1-1. 2 down with a runner on first. Can't get it all back in 1. Here, this next one's outside as well. Isaac Lazar would walk here if he could sneak one through. Shaker Heights down 3-0. The Mayfield Wildcats. This next pitch is in tight. 3 balls to 1 strike. Started off with a foul to the right side, then 3 straight missing the mark. It'll be an interesting pitch coming up. Here it comes. Isaac Lazar watches this one up high, just barely up high. And now the tying run comes to the plate with 2 down. And we're going to get into pause of play as the catcher Menta wants to talk things over with the pitcher, and also the coach for Mayfield will come out too. We'll step aside for just a second here. Andy Berglund going to be your next bat up. He'll be the tying run up at the plate. Andy Berglund tying run at the plate. Taking the lead off of second is Braden White. Over at first is Isaac Lazar. Here's the first pitch to Berglund. He'll watch this one catching in tight. You can't go down looking here. That's all we ask. Up here as the Red Raider fans, Red Raider men in the press box. It's 0-1 to start things out here to the sophomore. The next pitch. This one down low. It'll skip on by. Braden White will move up to third, and Isaac Lazar follows suit. He'll join in scoring position. He's to second. And now we're going to get to talk through catcher to pitcher. Kuva, still your guy out there on the mound for the men of black and green. Of course, the Red Raiders out here in black and red. Don't try to get it mixed up. Here's that next pitch. Outside. It'd be a big-time deal if Casey Robinson could get up right now. And he's the man in the on-deck circle. We'll see if he gets the chance. This next one down low. 3-1 it goes. Kuva struggling to find the zone a little bit more. Just like the last AB, started it off 0-1, then worked it to 3 balls, and now, yikes. Strike 2 called on the outside half. So now it'll be a payoff pitch. Big time pitch coming from Kuva to Berglund. And this one fouled off to the right side. That's a big time foul. Berglund fighting it away. Got to get a pitch that he wants, though. If it's ball 4, it's ball 4. But he's got to wait for something to come to him. So we'll do it again at a payoff pitch. Full count. 2 runners on. Here it comes. Andy Berglund sends this one. The second baseman gets over to it, but he messes up the short hop. Andy Berglund will beat it out over at first. There's no throw, and Isaac Lazar slides into home. And now your tying run is aboard over at first. Casey Robinson comes in now. The question is, do you steal with Berglund to make it an RBI chance here for Robinson? It'll be interesting. Haven't seen a steal out of the Red Raiders to this point, but it might just be the time. You're still down to 2 outs. But now it's a 3-2 score. Casey Robinson, one of the best hitters on the Shaker Heights squad at this point, will take strike 1 low and away. Kuva now to 96 pitches, nearing the century mark. Robinson 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the next pitch. That's way outside. If he comes on here, Leo Pevnik will be up. 1-1 the count. 2 down. The pitch is way in tight to Robinson. Backed out of the way of that. 2-1 it goes. Got to see a pitch you want to hit here. Kuva 1 out away from closing this out. Here's the pitch. That's catching outside. So once again, Shaker down to their final strike. They're making it close. They're making it competitive to the very final moment. Tying run is Andy Berglund taking his lead off of first. Here's the pitch to Robinson. He'll foul this one back into the caging. 2-2. We'll do it again with 2 down and the runner on first. Berglund, did he take off? I believe he took off there on the 2-strike pitch. We'll see if he does it again. Here, Kuva to 100 pitches. 101 on its way, and he'll get it done in 101 on the swing and miss. Shaker Heights almost able to mount the comeback in the final inning, but they're unable to get it done. And now we will step in front of you to talk things over as things have concluded out here in Mayfield, Ohio. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call. Just this close, Shaker Heights came to making that comeback happen. Here we're going to get the handshakes over to our right side. But the Red Raiders just so close to making a comeback happen just like yesterday. However, today unable to actually finish it off. They had the tying run aboard, but Casey Robinson, unfortunately, with that strikeout in the very end. Though you cannot blame Casey Robinson for this loss. He did allow 2 runs to come in, both, I believe, should be earned. No real defensive mistakes on the Shaker Heights side. A couple for Mayfield that allowed that inning to keep on going the way it did. But regardless, Shaker Heights today will take their 17th loss. They'll go to 7-17 tomorrow. They're going to look for win number 8 against Euclid. Again, I won't be there for the broadcast. We might still have the broadcast going, but I will be playing out in right field. Won't maybe be a prettiest performance from a right fielder, but we'll see how it goes. And so the Red Raiders here today take the loss 3-2 on the road against the Mayfield Wildcats. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We'll see you